Hey everyone, and welcome back to Everyday Tech Explained. Today we're diving into something pretty cool, AI and content creation.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, specifically how we can use ChatGPT to write really top-tier content.
Oh, yeah, the kind that really cuts through all the noise online these days.
Exactly, because there is so much content out
There
there.
really is. It feels like it's everywhere.
It's totally overwhelming.
Yeah, so much of it just blends together.
Exactly. So how do we stand out?
Right, that's the big question.
Well, we're going to be unpacking a recent Forbes article for this one. It's called 5 ChatGPT Prompts to Produce High-Quality Content.
I like it.
Yeah, and it was published January 23rd, 2025, so it's super fresh.
Oh, wow, very recent.
And by the way, if you're finding this deep dive useful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.
Yeah, it really helps us out.
All right, let's get into it. So the article starts by highlighting this issue, that just producing more content isn't enough.
Right, it's about quality over quantity. And this article argues that using ChatGPT effectively can actually help you achieve that quality and connect with your audience in a really meaningful way.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, and even inspire them to take action, which is huge.
So tell me more about these prompts.
Okay, so the first one
Yeah?
focuses on crafting a strong opening,
Okay.
to hook your audience's attention.
I am really curious about this one because so much of the time I feel like my intros are kind of bland.
Well, think about it this way. You're scrolling through a feed, tons of information flying past you, right?
That's so overwhelming.
What makes you actually stop and pay attention?
Right. Good point.
It's that initial spark of interest, something that makes you think, okay, this is worth my time.
Yeah, like the first line of a good book.
Exactly. It's got to pull you in.
So what does this prompt actually look like? Like in practice?
So the Forbes article suggests telling ChatGPT your topic and who you're writing for, like, your target audience.
Okay, makes sense.
Then you ask it to generate a few different opening sentences.
Ah,
Sentences specifically designed to make readers want to keep reading.
I like it.
But here's what I think is really interesting. The prompt also asks ChatGPT to explain why those openings work,
Oh, wow.
psychologically speaking.
So it's not just giving you the words, it's helping you understand the strategy behind them.
Exactly. It's like getting a mini lesson in copywriting psychology.
That's awesome.
And the prompt even takes it a step further,
Oh, wow.
asking for tips on how to maintain that momentum throughout the entire piece.
Okay, I'm already seeing how valuable this could be. So first prompt is about grabbing attention right out of the gate.
Yes.
What's the second one all about?
The second one focuses on what the article calls championing your audience.
Okay.
It's about really understanding your readers, their hopes, fears, the challenges they're facing,
Fun.
and then using that knowledge to craft content that truly speaks to their experience.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like instead of just talking at your audience,
Yeah.
you're having a conversation with them.
Precisely. Imagine reading something that feels like it was written specifically for you, addressing your specific pain points.
Right.
Wouldn't that make you more likely to listen?
Absolutely.
Right.
But how do you actually do that? I mean, beyond just knowing who your audience is, how do you use ChatGPT to really champion them?
Well, article encourages you to provide ChatGPT with a detailed description of your target audience.
Okay.
Not just demographics, but their values, their goals, even their frustrations.
Got it.
Then you ask ChatGPT to help you brainstorm content ideas that address those specific elements. Think of it like giving ChatGPT a roadmap to your reader's heart and mind.
Okay, so you're basically feeding ChatGPT all the information you have about your audience.
Yes.
And then saying, okay, how do I connect with these people on a deeper level?
Exactly. And the article highlights a few key points for making this work. For example, using language your audience is familiar with, referencing situations they've likely experienced, and directly addressing their specific pain points.
Okay.
It's about making them the hero of the story,
I like that.
showing them you understand their journey.
I love that idea of making them the hero.
Yeah.
It's not about you as the content creator. It's about them and how you can help them achieve their goals.
Right. And when you do that, you're not just creating content, you're building a relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got hooking attention and championing your audience. What's the third prompt all about?
This one focuses on keeping your content crystal clear.
Ooh, clarity is so important, especially in the digital world where people are constantly skimming and scanning.
Exactly. And this is where I think a lot of content creators, even experienced ones, can really benefit from AI assistance.
Yeah, for sure.
The article suggests putting your content into ChatGPT and asking it to make it clearer, more concise, and ultimately more impactful.
So it's like having an editor on call.
Yeah,
But it's an AI editor that can analyze your writing instantly.
Exactly. You know how sometimes you get so close to your own writing that you can't see the forest for the trees?
Oh yeah, all the time.
ChatGPT can help you step back and look at your work with fresh eyes.
That's so helpful. And I love that the prompt also asks ChatGPT for a few rules to keep in mind for future content.
Right. It's not just about fixing this one piece. It's about learning and improving your writing over time. It's about making every word count and ensuring your message is easily digestible.
You know, this reminds me of that quote, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." I think that applies to writing too.
Totally.
If you can't get your message across clearly, you might need to rethink your approach.
Absolutely. And this prompt can help you do just that.
So we've covered grabbing attention, understanding your audience, and writing with clarity. I'm really curious to see what other prompts this article has in store for us.
Well, the next one is all about action. So it's all about driving action. It's great to have engaging content, but it needs to have a purpose, right?
Right, like it needs to actually do something.
Exactly. This prompt guides readers toward a specific outcome.
You're talking about like having a call to action, right?
Yes.
Whether it's signing up for a newsletter, visiting a website, or just like thinking differently about a topic.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of content out there is missing that crucial element.
Exactly. And this prompt helps you craft those calls to action in a way that feels authentic and actually inspires people to take that next step.
Okay, so how does that work?
So you tell ChatGPT what you want your readers to do,
Okay,
and it generates different ways to end your content with that action in mind.
gotcha. And you mentioned something earlier about psychological triggers.
Yeah.
What are those all about?
Ah, yes. This is where it gets really interesting. The prompt actually asks ChatGPT to explain the psychological triggers behind each call to action suggestion it gives you.
So it's like, here's a call to action that uses scarcity because people are more likely to act when they think they might miss out, that kind of thing.
Exactly. Or it might suggest using a sense of urgency, appealing to the reader's emotions, or highlighting the benefits of taking action. By understanding these triggers, you become a much more effective communicator.
This is kind of blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting a crash course in marketing psychology along with your content creation tips.
That's the beauty of these AI tools. They're not just about automation. They're about learning and improving your skills.
Right, it's like they're teaching you as you go.
Exactly. Okay, are you ready for prompt number 5?
Hit me with it. I'm assuming this last one is about making sure our content is always top-notch.
You got it. The 5th prompt is all about constantly leveling up your content game. It's not a one-and-done situation.
Right, you can always be improving.
You need to be continually refining and improving.
Right, because audience tastes change, new trends emerge. You gotta stay ahead of the curve.
Absolutely. The Forbes article stresses the importance of ongoing analysis and improvement. It suggests taking your published content and pasting it into ChatGPT,
Okay.
then asking it to suggest specific ways to make it even better.
Whoa, so even after you've hit publish, ChatGPT can still help you out?
Yeah.
What kind of suggestions might it give you?
It could suggest tweaking the structure, adding more compelling storytelling elements, including stronger examples, or deepening the emotional connection with the reader. The key is to be open to feedback and willing to experiment until you find what really resonates with your audience.
That idea of constant improvement really resonates with me. It's so important to stay curious, keep learning, especially in the world of content creation, which is always evolving.
The Forbes article sums it up perfectly. It says, raise your standards above everyone else's. Hook attention from the first line, champion your audience's success, and keep your message crystal clear. Drive real action with every piece and never stop improving.
Those are some powerful words to live by for any content creator. It's inspiring to think that we can use these AI tools not just to make our lives easier, but to actually become better at what we do.
It really is an exciting time to be a content creator. With tools like ChatGPT at our disposal, the possibilities are practically endless.
So we've explored these 5 ChatGPT prompts that can help us take our content to the next level, but what does it all actually mean for our listeners? What's the takeaway here?
Well, I think the key takeaway is that producing high-quality content doesn't have to be this overwhelming, daunting task.
Yeah, that's a relief.
With a little help from AI and a willingness to experiment and learn, anyone can create content that connects with their audience, inspires action, and stands out from the crowd.
It's about working smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly. And it's about embracing the power of technology to boost our creativity and help us reach new heights.
Okay, that makes sense. So we've unpacked these 5 powerful prompts from the Forbes article.
We have.
But are there any other things we should keep in mind when using ChatGPT for content creation?
One thing to remember is that ChatGPT is a tool. It's not a magic bullet. It's not going to write amazing content for you automatically.
Right.
You still need to bring your own ideas, creativity, and understanding of your audience to the table.
It's a good point. Like any tool, right? You need to know how to use it effectively to get the best results.
Right. And I think it's also important to be aware of the potential limitations of AI. For example, ChatGPT can sometimes generate text that sounds a little bit generic or formulaic.
Yeah, I can see that.
So you always want to review and edit its output carefully, adding your own voice and style to make it truly your own.
That makes sense. Don't just blindly accept what it gives you. Use it as a starting point, then refine and shape it into something that's uniquely you.
Exactly. And I think it's also important to remember that AI is constantly evolving. What works well with ChatGPT today might not work as well tomorrow, so it's important to stay up to date on the latest developments and best practices.
Right. We need to keep learning and growing alongside the technology. Well, I think this has been a really insightful conversation. What are your final thoughts for our listeners today?
I think my final thought would be this. Don't be afraid to experiment. Don't be afraid to try new things. AI is a powerful tool, and it has the potential to revolutionize the way we create content. But it's up to us to use it wisely, ethically, and creatively.
Yeah, I love that. Experiment, try new things, and see what works for you. That's what Everyday Tech Explained is all about, right?
Very exactly.
Exploring these new tools and technologies and figuring out how they can help us in our everyday lives.
Absolutely. And speaking of everyday lives, I'm curious to know what our listeners think about AI tools like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Have you tried using them for content creation?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
What's been your experience?
Are you excited about the possibilities?
Yeah.
Are you a little bit hesitant? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're in the market for a new laptop to power your content creation workflow, we've got some great recommendations in the description below.
Yes, and don't forget to hit that like button if you found this deep dive helpful. And subscribe to our channel for more insightful explorations into the world of everyday technology.
Until next time, keep experimenting, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
This has been Everyday Tech Explained.